Hey guys, this is Will of TyBL and welcome back to our channel. Bad Buddy the series is now gaining a lot of attention from a lot of fans with its first 3 episodes. To be honest, it's quite hard to choose what to watch with so many different BL series currently airing right now, but Bad Buddy is an easy one. In this video, I'll be talking about my thoughts and opinions about the episode 3 and some scenes from the novel which the series could adapt into. This video contains spoilers, so please proceed if you don't mind watching those. Anyway, if you live in a different country and some BL series are not available to yours, you can use ExpressVPN to watch those restricted series. Use the link on the description below to have 49% discount and 3 months free if you opt to avail the 12-month plan. Without further ado, let's get right into the video. The latest episode of Bad Buddy the series made me so much happier and I couldn't contain my smiles when I was watching the whole show. Clearly, the series is much lighter than its novel counterpart, but both gave me the reasons to smile a lot. What I really admire in the series, Bad Buddy, is more on the continuity of its scenes rather than making subplots per episode. We could see that certain actions or scenes from the previous episodes had an effect to the current events, and that's a good way for the storytelling. The acting performance of both actors is also a spectacular one because of how effective it is. I know that there's a lot of confusion for those who have seen my previous video about Bad Buddy, so I'd like to clarify those in this one. For those who haven't read the full book on where Bad Buddy was based on, the novel actually goes from their lives as college students until they got their own jobs. Meaning, the scenes from the novel happen a lot faster compared to the series. The show could only showcase until they become boyfriends and resolve their family problems to alter the ending of the novel. This goes to show that the series version isn't the same with that of the novel in terms of pacing and its scenes too. Nevertheless, both are actually great and I kind of like it. Just a recap on our previous video, Pat and Pran couldn't get along with one another when both of them engaged in a fight. This happened because of Pat's jealousy on Y for being so close with Pran, although Y is considered as Pran's best friend. When Pat was kicked out of Pran's room, Pat went back to his room. Pa saw his bruises and she already knew that the two got into a fight again. Afterwards, Pat said that he would go out to drink with Korn. Because of being too much drunk and his frustrations with Pran, Pat slept with Nat, a student from the science department. Pat didn't stay too long on Nat's room, but before the former left, Pat said to her that what happened between them was only for their own satisfaction. I think that this part would be omitted in the series because the character of Nat wasn't mentioned in the series at all. Another thing why this would be omitted is because of how the writer and director would want the audience to see the character of Pat. When Pa has learned that Pat slept with Nat, she was actually mad at him. Their conversation was overheard by Pran when he passed by. Pa stressed out about her brother's situation and went to talk with Pran. She said that she just wanted that his brother would reconcile with him. After that, Pat and Pran had a talk inside Pran's room. Pran warned Pat about Nat and said that he should not mess with her. Pat misunderstood the warning of Pran and said that while Pran could flirt with somebody, he should not intervene if he's also having fun with some girls. Pran explained to Pat that Y is only his friend. The two got into an argument until Pat suddenly kissed Pran forcefully. On his mind, Pat was thinking whether Pran was only concerned because of his sister or because he was actually jealous. I actually did not expect this scene from the novel, but since the book is much darker than the plot of the series, everything could happen. When Pran was about to enter on his room, he saw Pa going out. The two had a conversation until Pa asked him whether Pran still did not forgive Pat after all. Pa asked Pran whether he was angry with his brother, but Pran did not answer her question. Pa said that his brother was always drunk almost every day while arriving late at night. Pran could feel the stress of Pa towards his brother, but the former couldn't say anything about the situation. Pran didn't know how to comfort her because at that time, he was also involved. Pa ended her sentence by saying that Pran is really important for Pat. When Pran heard that, he could feel that his heart twitched and he felt weird at that time. His heart beat a lot faster than usual. That annoyed him. I actually want to see this scene in the series because the character of Pa is really important to bridge the feelings of Pat and Pran with one another. I hope that this kind of interaction between Pa and Pran would really happen in the show. In this scene, the characters of Nat and Y were actually important to build up the situation, but since Nat wasn't in the series, this scene could be a bit different when it happens in the future. Because of what happened to Y, he invited Pran to drink in a bar to wind up things. But then again, Pran saw Pat and Nat together in the bar while being flirty with one another. This made Pran to leave the area with Y. Of course, Pat followed the two because he was still jealous on Y. When Pat arrived on their dormitory, Y thought that Pat followed them just to beat them up, although the former also lived in there. This prompted the two to almost start a fight until Pran said to Y that he should not worry about him. The two talked with each other inside Pran's room. Pat immediately apologized to Pran about the thing he had with Nat. Pat said that because he saw Pran's face frowning in the bar when he saw them together. But Pran said that he wasn't jealous about them and even added that Pran wasn't his girlfriend. Pat corrected him saying that Pran wasn't his girlfriend but he is his man. Pat confessed about his feelings to Pran and even asked whether he didn't feel anything about him whenever he's around. Pat also said that if Pran doesn't love him and if Pran chooses Y over him, Pat would rather choose to stay away from him forever. Pran just said the full name of his friend, but this confused Pat. Pran explained that if Pat really wanted to be his boyfriend, he should know the name of his friend. In the end, the confusion between the two has vanished and they agreed to date one another. This was actually my favorite part of chapter 10 and I was really in love with them when I read it. Although the series could take a different path, I hope that those scenes would be impactful. The scenes in the novel are a lot different from the series, but the two are equally beautiful. The episode 4 could be the start where Pat would be sleeping with Pran on his dorm, so let's anticipate for another heartwarming episode this Friday. Thank you for watching. That's it and see you on the next one.